Good morning, everyone. This is Angel Lopez. I'm from Case Western Reserve University. And I'm here to present my research on how people maneuver through work, life, and the self to find spaces for life meaning. I will be speaking a little bit about myself in the context of my research. My research question, what did I study through my literature review, the method section, the emerging results, and the implications. So who am I? I'm a human resources practitioner. I have been working and I still work as a human resource director for different multinationals. I have 20 plus years of experience, and I took a break on my corporate role to study a Doctor of Management back 3-4 years ago, and I graduated last year. So what I will be presenting is basically one of my studies, my first core study. So it's not a surprise that we are living moments of paradigmatic changes. We are seeing extremes in cycles in environment, politics, and economy. We see a world of contradictions between unprecedented levels of material wealth, about the same time not knowing truly who we are. So the real question that I have faced many times in many professionals in how can it be that I have found so many successful professionals, but when I talk to them, they are empty. So that took me to my research question, how do human beings maneuver along the web of life meaning to create well-being? And my literature review has been a fascinating journey that has moved from Plato or the classics on one side up to Carl Jung. Obviously, Jung Singer plays a very big role in the understanding of Carl Jung. And then I moved into more recent psychology, positive psychology by Martin Seligman, and I ended up with the work of James Hillman and the Icon theory. But the common theme between all of them basically is consciousness and spirituality. So what I have used is a second generation qualitative rank theory, but at the same time, trying to use the constructivism behind the theory, and at the same time, the symbolic interactionism when evaluating how meaning arises from social interaction. The idea of the constructivist grand theory enabled me to assign meaning to the findings of my research. I interview with semi-structured interviews designed with open questions and probes to about 41 professionals to put the reasons between the variables of life meaning, feeling of emptiness or alienation, personal calling, values, and potential relationship with well-being. My first analytic turn took me to coding. I coded all my interviews, first manually and then using in vivo software version 12. Well, this quote summarizes basically the findings of my study. One of the people told me that always in life there are 3 legs, which are work, a more private part of oneself, and the family. At a certain point in time, when these 3 things line up, I see that life makes sense. I would say this is the common theme that lies behind all the interviews that I had. So going into a little bit of detail, the construction and development of the self. One people summarize it very well. This person was the CEO of a company in the US, and that person was struggled through life when he was diagnosed with cancer. Even though he was the CEO, he was very successful. But during the course of the interview, he told me, yeah, there was a time when I worked at a multinational. I had a good salary, a good position, but I felt absolutely empty. This is basically the summary of everything that I have said so far in terms of the context we are living, the hectic times that we are living, the technology that captured all of our attention. And even though this person was very successful, he was absolutely lost as a person. The second important a topic that people mentioned was that work must be meaningful, and along with the family, that's which is the next one. These three are the three themes, the three common themes that came around what makes people thrive, the balance between the three of them. So now just jumping up directly into the implications. Well, instead of thinking regarding the dichotomy of work life, where there are plenty written, lots of researches, this study proposes to take a more holistic approach of the human being where other dimensions should be taken into account. Work, the self, and family become pivotal in life meaning, letting work be instrumental or mean to accomplish life meaning. So it doesn't contemplate the work or life as a fight of opposites, but work and life meaning as a symbiosis where a rotational triangle with three axes, family, work, and family rotate based on personal circumstances and stages of personal evolution. In terms of human resources, us as practitioner, we have been missing for a lot of time the holistic nature of the human being, especially during these times of when crisis affects us. We have seen that we see many times people consider us as resources and not as humans. So HR management has been very short-sighted when it comes to considering the uniqueness and holistic nature of the human being.